Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. This is Teacher Simon taking you through IGCSE Equal Mathematics paper 0580-33 for May June 2025, and this is part 1 for questions 1 to 15. In this paper, we are allowed to use a calculator. Question 1, we are given a list of numbers, and they are saying from the list, we write down the number that is a multiple of 12. What is a multiple? A multiple is a number, for example, the multiple of 12 is a number that can be divided by 12. Okay, so there is 24 here because it is 12 times 2. So 24 divided by 12, you get 2. So that means our answer here is what? 24. And then a square number is a number that has a perfect square root. You don't get decimals. Okay. So when we look at these ones here, there is 16 because 16 is 4 times 4. A square number is a product of a number multiplied by itself. You see that? So that is 16. And then a cube number, a number that has a perfect cube root. So cube root of, we have 27. So that is 27. It will give us a 3. Or you have 3 times 3. It's a product of a number multiplied by itself 3 times, right? So we have that 27. Square root of 16 will give you a 4. Then question 2, shade one square so that the diagram has one line of symmetry. A line of symmetry divides the shape into two congruent shapes. These congruent shapes are the same size, the corresponding angles are equal, and even the corresponding sides are equal. Now, suppose I put my line of symmetry to be this one here. So when I fold, this one can come onto this one can come onto this one. You see? This one here can come onto this one. Then this one is shaded, should come onto this one. This one is shaded. That means this one has to be shaded. You see that? So that it will go onto this one here. This one is not shaded, will come to this one. This one, this one. This one with this one. This one with this one. Then this one with this one. This one with this one. This one with this one. So the one we are supposed to shade is that one there. Okay? All right. So I'll shade this one here. Maybe to put a line, I'll put it there. Make it dotted. Question 3, put one pair of brackets into this calculation to make it correct. Now, when we look here, if this is 24, 24 is a multiple of 3. Okay? So that means I have to get something here. Then times 3 to give me the what? The answer. Not so? So we are going to have, suppose I put this one here. I put the brackets here. We shall have 80, then divide by 8. I mean, this will be now 10. This one will give us 80. Of course, using body mass, the brackets come first. Since I've put the brackets, so I had to simplify this first. And then next, we have division and multiplication. So division comes from multiplication. I'll have now 80 divided by 10, which will be 8. Then now times 3, then we shall get the 24. So that means the pair has to be there. Question 4. Tim drives home from work. The travel graph shows his journey. Write down the time Tim leaves work. So work is here. The time is here. So we need to know the equivalence of a square here, of a small box. So one small box here on the vertical axis, it is going to be, these are 30 minutes, not so? So those are 30, but then divide by, we have 3 boxes. So divide by 3, those will be 10 what? Minutes. So the time that Tim leaves work is here. So this one has to be 10 minutes off the what? The 2. So it has to be 14:10. And then part B, Tim stops on the way. How far Tim travels before he stops? So stopping is here, okay? Because time is moving, but the distance is the same. You're still there. So they said how far Tim travels before he stops. So we are looking at this point here and this one here. And when you look at that, that is 36, then minus the 12. What do we get? Isn't that 24? 36 minus the 12. This one gives us 24 kilometers. And then find how long Tim stops for. So this one is 10 minutes, 10 minutes. And that is 20 what? Minutes. 20 minutes. And then question 5. Calculate this one here. Give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So since here we use a calculator, just put this one in a calculator and you write your answer. 2.8 power 5, then minus 0.3 squared, then we divide by root of 5. So we are going to get 76.93. 76.93. That is 2 decimal places. Okay, and that is that. Maybe just to show the working, what do we get up here? 2.8 squared minus 0.3 squared. That one is 7.75. You show the examiner that at least you have calculated, since there are 2 marks here. Okay, and then after you can write your answer to decimal places. Question 6 is coming from probabilities. In a bag of counters, 6 of the counters are blue. The arrow, this one here on the probability scale, shows the probability of picking a blue counter at random. Work out the total number of counters in the bag. So probability of picking a blue counter from here. First of all, a division here. You can see if this is 0.5, this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. So the probability of picking a blue counter is 0.2. You see? Now, 6 of the counters are blue. So, X, that is the number of blue counters, divide by the total we shall have 6 out of the total we don't know is equal to 0.2. You see? So when we cross multiply, we shall get 6, which is equal to 0.2 of X. And then X will be equal to 6 divided by 0.2. And that 0.2 is the same as 2 over 10. The 10 will go up here. Then you will get 60 divided by 2, so that will be 30. So we shall have 30 as our answer. Then question 7. The local time in Japan is 3.5 hours ahead of the local time in India. Find the time in Japan when it is 21:45 in India. So in Japan, since Japan is ahead of India, and we are having this time here, which is in India, then we have to add on this time. Okay, so 3:30. Okay, 3 hours and a half. 3.5 hours means 3 hours and 30 minutes. Are we there? So when we add, you can get 75 here. So 75 minus 60, because we know in an hour we have 60 minutes. So this is 15. That means 75 is the same as 1 hour, 15 minutes. So I'll write 15 here, and then I take 1 hour here. This one here is going to be a 5, and then a 2 here. But a day, okay? But a day, time in a day is what? Isn't it 24 hours? So that means if time in a day is 24 hours, then we can have 25:15, then minus the 24 hours. So we shall get 15 and then 1 there. So it is 1:15. The next day, as simple as that, 1:15. Then question 8. Mia changes $350 into euros. The exchange rate is $1 is equivalent to 0.92 euros. And then calculate the amount Mia receives. So is changing dollars into euros. $1 is equivalent to 0.92 euros. So meaning if we are looking for the euros to change this $350, we shall get that 350 then times the 0.92, as simple as that. 350 times 0.92, that is 322 euros. 322 euros. Question 9. This diagram here is having angles. They are saying ABC is a straight line, then BD is parallel to AE. So whenever they give you parallel lines, always think about the Z, or these two here. This angle here is always equal to that angle, just like this one can be equal to that. And these ones are called alternate what? Angles. Then we also have, if this is A, then this one has to be A. Those are corresponding angles. You see that? A. Then A and A here, those ones are called opposite angles. You see that? Then we have interior opposite angles. If I have B here, okay, if I have B, then A plus B is equal to 180. The interior angles, when added, they give you 180. Why? Because this one can also be B, corresponding angles. You see that? And now A and B are angles on a straight line. And you know that when you add angles on a straight line, you get 180. So if you are just given these two angles here, okay, this one is not there and this one is not there, those two angles must add up to 180. Okay, now let's look at this part A. They are saying find the value of x. Give a geometrical reason for your answer. So the value of x, you can see this one here is parallel to this one. Now this angle here has to be equal to that, not so. So x has to be equal to 32 degrees because we can see alternate angles here. Alternate angles. You can leave it there or you can add on R equal. As simple as that. Then part B, find the value of y. We also give a geometrical reason. The value of y, this one here. If this one here is parallel to which one? Look at this line here is parallel to this one here. So this y has to be equal to this one here. On parallel lines. So those are what we call corresponding angles. So y will be equal to 53 degrees because corresponding angles are equal. Okay. Question 10. Solve 4p plus 11, which is equal to 25. We make p the subject. So this is a plus. It is undone by subtraction. So that means we shall have 4p, which is equal to 25 minus 11. And 25 minus 11 will be 1, 4. Then we divide by the 4, because to undo the multiplication, we do a division. Now, by 2, and also here by 2, I can get 7 over 2, which is the same as 3.5. 3.5, you can write your answer as also 7 over 2. You can write your answer as 3 whole number 1 over 2. You see? But in the exam, don't do this. Just write one answer, which you like. Even if you just leave it like that, it is correct. Then question 11, part A, expand and simplify. Okay, so 5 has to multiply with everything, and also 3 has to multiply with everything inside the brackets. Okay, so 5 times x, that one will give us 5x. 5 times negative 2 will give us negative 10. 3 times x, you get positive 3x. And then 3 times negative 7, you get negative 21. And then we have here 5x plus 3x, isn't that 8? That is 8x. And then minus 10 minus 21. If you have a debt of 10 million and then you get another debt of 21 million, that means in total you are having a debt of 31 million, right? So that is minus 31. So that one is going to be my answer. So I will just shift it and then put it there. As simple as that. And then part B, we factorize this one completely. This one is the same as saying 4 times A times A, then plus 16 in 16 is the same as 4 times 4, not so? So I will say 4 times 4, then times what? The A, not so? Now what is common in here is what I pull out. If 4 is common, so I will pull it out here. And A is common, I'll pull it out here. You see that? Then what is remaining here is an A, and then here is a 4, but there is a plus. So we shall have plus 4 here. So this is going to be our answer here. So just shift it and then put it there. As simple as that. Question 12 is coming from statistics. They're saying Kai opens his restaurant from Tuesday to Saturday each week. He counts the number of customers each day for 2 weeks. The bar chart shows some of the results. And then they are saying the shaded one is for week 1, and then the unshaded is for week 2. Okay, then part A, in week 1, there were 200 customers in total. Complete the bar chart. So week 1, that is for the shaded. Now let's check here. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That means Saturday is the one that doesn't have. Okay, so let's look at Saturday. So the total, remember, is 200. Then minus, on Tuesday this is 20, so we shall have 20. On Wednesday this is 30. On Thursday this is 50. On Friday this is 60. Okay, Then this one will give us the one that is remaining here. This is 50 plus 50, that is 100, 160. So 200 minus 160, don't we get 40? Yes, so we get 40 here. Now we shall come to our graph here, and then we draw at 40 here, and then we shade. You can decide to shade it like the way it was shaded here. You have the pencil. If you have the time to waste, you can do that, or you can just shade with these ones here like that. Okay, so that is our diagram there shaded. The next part B, write down mode for week 2. Mode is the highest appearing number. So when we look here, the most appearing number for week 2, you can see this is 40 here. On Wednesday we are seeing 40 customers. On Thursday we are also seeing what? 40 customers. So the mode has to be 40. As simple as that. Then part C, we have find the mean of the customers for the 5 days in week 2. Okay, so mean, we shall get those values, we add them, so summation of all of those values divided by how many they are. So for week 2, that is the unshaded, we are seeing 30 here, 30 here, 40, and also here 40. Okay, so 30 plus 30, sorry, 30 plus 40 plus 40, then plus, for Friday, we are seeing 70, and then 60. Okay, 70 plus 60, and then we can divide by how many they are. They are 5. Now 60 plus 40, that's 100. 70 plus 30, that's another 100, so that is 200. Then plus 40, 200 and what? 40. So we have 240, then divide by 5. Then what do you get? 5 goes into 20, 20 into 24 4 times, not so. Then remainder 4, because that will be 20. So if you put the 4 on this 0, it becomes 40. Divide by 5, you get 8. So that one gives us 48. That is our answer, 48. Question 13. In May, a shop makes a profit of $542. In June, the shop makes a profit of $600. But calculate the percentage increase in the profit from May to June. Okay, so percentage increase is going to be equal to the increase you divide by the original value, then times 100. Don't put times 100%, okay? Because this one, 100% is like 100 over 100. So you write the sign at the end, okay? Now, the increase is going to be 600, then minus the 542, which gives us 58, right? Then divide by the original value is 400 and what? And 542, then times 100. So then what do we get here? This one is 58 out of 542 times 100. 58 divided by 542, then times 100. That one will give us 10.7. 70110 is a recurring decimal. Okay, that's why you're seeing that bar. So if I press SD, you will see that recurring. But to 3 significant figures, we shall have 10.7. 0 is a significant figure if it is in between other figures. Okay, so 1, 0, those are now 2 significant figures because the 0 is in between 1 and 7. So we shall write 10.7. 0.7. And then part B, the shop gives 2/5 of the profit from May to charity. Find the amount the shop gives to charity. Okay, so this one will be 2/5 of the amount from May, which is this one, 542. So what do we get altogether? 2/5 times 542. That one gives us $216.8. And then part C, they are saying that the shop spends 38% of the profit from June on a fridge. Find the amount the shop spends on the fridge. 38% of the profit from June. Okay, so we have 38% of the profit from June. So June, was it 600? Yes, it was 600. So times 600. Automatically, these two zeros will cancel with that. So we have 38 times 6. What do we get? Question 14. Meg invests $2,500 at a rate of 4.6% per year, simple interest. Calculate the total amount of her investment at the end of 3 years. Now we know that simple interest is given by the formula PRT. This R is out of 100. Okay, so the principal is $2,500. The rate is 4.6. The time is 3. So rate is out of 100. And then amount is equal to what they invested. Amount is equal to the principal, what they invested, then plus the interest they have gotten. So this will be 2,500, then plus what do we get here? This one will cancel with that, so we have 25 times 4.6 times 3. In other words, we have 25 times 3, that is 75, then times 4.6. 75 times 4.6, that is 345. So we shall get 345. We add it here. The 3 will add to the 5 here, so that will be 8. So we have 2, 8, then $45. Question 15. The table gives information about the costs of hiring bikes. On the road, cost for the first day is $25, then the extra day is $20. On the mountain, 40, then 35. Electric, that is 70, and then 50. So the type of bike can be electric, can be a mountain bike, can be a road bike. Okay. Part A, work out the cost of hiring 2 road bikes for 3 days. Okay, so total cost here is going to be 2 road bikes, right? So we have the cost for the first day, then plus, since there are 3 days, we shall have now the cost for 2 extra days, not so? So the cost for the first day is 25 times 2. Why are we multiplying by 2? Because there are 2 bikes. Then plus cost for 2 extra days. So we have 2, first of all, there are 2 bikes. And this is the cost of 1 bike. So 2, then times cost for 2 extra days, which is going to be 2, again times 2. You see that? So this gives you 50. We are multiplying by 2 because there are 2 extra days. We are multiplying by 2 because there are 2 road bikes. Are we there? All right. So we have 2 times 20, that is 40 times 2, we get 80. So 80 added to 50, that's 130. Not so. Part B, the cost M of hiring a mountain bike for D days can be written as M is equal to 35D plus 5. Then Roman 1, write a formula for the cost E of hiring an electric bike for D days. Now, when we look at this table here, what we are given is first, there is the cost for the first day, okay? Then there is the cost for an extra day. Now, if you hire the bike for D days, let's say 3 days, that means you're going to pay first the cost of the first day, then plus the cost of the other 2 days. You get it? Now, when we look at this mountain bike, let's see how they got this one here. Okay, cost of hiring a mountain bike for D days. Now, it is M here. This one is going to be equal to cost of what? First day. Not so? Then plus the cost of extra days. So extra days are going to be D minus 1. Not so? Extra days. Do you get it? Hey, if you are hiring it for 5 days, then there is the cost for first day and then the 4 days. So that's why I'm subtracting here a 1. So look at this one here. M is going to be equal to the cost of the first day for the mountain bike is 40. Then plus D days. We are going to have D, these extra days, D minus 1. But the cost here for extra days is what? 35. So we're having 35 here. So meaning you have 40, then plus 35 times D, that is 35D. Then 35 times 1, you get 35. There is a minus here. And then this one here gives us what? You'll get 35D. Then 40 minus 35, you get a 5. So plus the 5. So this is how we get that formula given there. You see that? So this therefore implies that when we come to this one here, we are going to do the same thing. Okay, let's do the same thing. Now, cost of hiring an electric bike. So cost of hiring an electric bike, this E here is going to be equal to we substitute in this formula here. Okay, the cost of the first day is 70 here, then plus we have D minus 1, then for extra is 50. So this will be 70, then plus 50D, then minus what? 50. So 70 minus 50, you get 20. Not so? So we shall get E is equal to 50D, then minus, it will be plus, so 70 minus 50 is a plus 20. So that is what we get there. Then Roman 2, the cost of hiring an electric bike for 6 days is the same as the cost for hiring a mountain bike for D days. Find the value of D. That means for this one here, the D is defined as what? As 6. So we shall have 50 times 6, then plus 20 shall be equal to, now for this one we don't know, okay, we don't know the number of days the mountain bike was hired. Okay, now we make D the subject. So this is 300 plus 20, that is 320. Then bring the 5 here, it is a minus, then 35D. So that means D is going to be equal to 315. Then we divide by 35. Then what do we get? 315 divided by 35. That is a 9. Okay, so our answer therefore becomes 9. So this has been it for this first part of the paper. Thank you so much for watching. May God bless you. If you find the content very helpful to you, kindly like, share, and even subscribe. See you in the next videos.